Hi, Andre. Congratulations on your double win. You created two completely different films, a quiet, emotional story about a boy left alone in reality, and an epic piece featuring a warrior and a sorceress. Please tell me what inspired these two absolutely different worlds.
Thank you, it was a real pleasure. The thing is, when I was a kid, I used to devour science fiction and fantasy. The film The Pedestrian is based on a short story by Ray Bradbury. In the original, everyone just watched TV, and only one person remained who still loved to walk. I completely reworked that story, putting today's realities into it. And when I created Worms of the Earth, I was inspired by the works of Robert Howard. I stitched the plot together from several of his books and added a bit of my own.
The short film The Walker centers on the theme of solitude. While crafting The Empty City, which emotion guided you more, the loneliness or a sense of newfound freedom?
More like the second option. In Bradbury's original, everything is gloomy, sad, tinged with melancholy and eternal rain. I decided it all needed a dose of boyish energy, and I think it turned out pretty well.
Watching your movie really brought some memories to me. I know some of the locations, but I'm sure the audience would love to know which real locations did you use as the basis for its appearance, and how extensively were the cities transformed with AI, since the visual atmosphere of the city is so captivating.
All the locations in The Pedestrian are real. It's my hometown St. Petersburg. Of course, transformed with the help of neural networks. In reality, it looks much prettier.
What was the most challenging aspect of building a world inhabited by a single person? Were the obstacles more technical or emotional?
The hardest part was keeping the environment consistent. My goal was to make something like 3D, but without actual 3D. So, to create a sense of atmosphere, I had to generate a million angles from different sides and make sure they all matched each other. Today, there are already tools that make this easier, but back then, there weren't. Everything else was much simpler.
Moving on to your second submission in the film Worms of Earth, featuring the warrior and the sorcerers. Your characters feel remarkably alive. What qualities do you believe define a truly compelling AI created character?
Micro expressions are very important to me, the kind you see in real actors. Neural networks often produce very exaggerated emotions. They can portray hysteria or laughter easily, but hidden hatred or, say, restrained anger, that's much harder. So I had to experiment.
Both of your pieces are truly unique, and your work balances human emotion with algorithmic precision. How do you combine the artistic intuition with the structured logic of the AI?
For me, the most important thing is to make it look like a real movie. The viewer shouldn't care whether they're watching real actors or a generation, they either like it or they don't. And since we are human, we instantly notice the difference. The task of any AI creator is to make that difference invisible.
Moving into some technical questions, did you use different AI technologies for these projects? And if so, which tools had the greatest impact on bringing your ideas to life?
For these works, I used probably more than a dozen different neural networks, but most of the load fell on Kling and Midjourney. Now I used different combinations, but these two films were made in those networks.
I know that for any creator, each piece, each work feels very sentimental, but I will ask you this question. Which of the two films feel more personal to you and why?
Of course, I love all my works, I already have 7 of them. But I'm probably most attached to the story of the barbarian and the witch. I put a lot of effort into it, and I confess I rewatch it quite often myself.
as a pioneer in the AI film industry, where do you see the future of AI cinema heading? Toward intimate philosophical stories or massive worlds filled with unique AI-driven characters?
I believe that when neural networks reach a sufficiently high technical level, everything will, as always, depend on the script. You can make the brightest and most beautiful film imaginable, but if there's no idea, no vivid, well-written characters, no interesting dialogue, very few people will want to watch it. And it doesn't matter whether it's traditional cinema or AI generated, the thought behind it is what matters. A human thought. Neural networks can't create that yet. And maybe that's for the best. The human part should remain with humans. As for the tools used to bring an idea to life, in my view, that doesn't matter.
Andrey, thank you once again for the interview and congratulations on your double win. We look forward to your future works and can't wait to see the worlds you will create next. Thank you so much.